Bill Thompson came running up to take care of the letters till the headmaster came. He always did that because he was the oldest. Oh dear, right in a puddle.
It's time for serial viewing! Hello and welcome to the 25th episode of Serial Viewing. This week we have watched Postman Pat, which ran from 1981 to 2013, which is a ridiculous amount of time. 9 series for a total of 184 episodes. Postman Pat follows the adventures of Patrick Clifton, a friendly country postman, and his black and white cat Jess, as he delivers the post through the valley of Greendale. Although he initially concentrates on delivering his letters, he nearly always becomes distracted by a concern of one of the villagers and is always keen to help resolve their problems. Good guy, Pat. We watched Series 1, Episode 1, Postman Pat's Finding Day, in which Postman Pat tries to find Katie Pottage's dolly to cheer the little girl up on her day of her birthday. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat.
Oh, yes.
So this is brand new to all of us, isn't it?
Never seen this show before in my life.
No,
never.
I grew up thinking it was a horror.
Pat's last name's Clifton.
His name's Clifton, yeah.
I have to say, that's the first time that was but I don't know. The more I think,
the first time, what? Did you not know his last name was Clifton?
No, but then I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
I don't think I did.
I probably did.
Oh, so I knew
familiar.
that. It worries me that I knew that and no one else did.
No, yeah. It does sound familiar. It sounds like I've heard it before, but it's just Postman Pat. And when you say Patrick Clifton, it's just like...
Yeah,
it sounds weird, doesn't it?
Patrick
Aloysius Clifton.
Company, executive.
Well, he does. He goes in the later series when it becomes Special Delivery Service. It goes very corporate. It counts. I didn't think it did. I thought it was a different series, but it absolutely counts as part of the show.
It's actually quite weird because...
He's not Postman Pat then.
Yeah, well, it's quite weird because this one, he becomes a delivery service because he's literally delivering everybody all that crap. And then I was just...
Oh, we're going to have words about that. If I was his manager...
Yeah,
there would be serious concerns about the amount of time he's spending not delivering the frickin' mail.
But he doesn't really have a manager. The only person he works for is the old lady who owns the post office.
10 points if you give me a name.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, Mrs. Goggins.
Hey, Jeremy gets 10 points.
Yay.
Before we start, I know we have already started, but I want to say hello to James. Hello, James.
Hi, James.
James contacted us via Facebook to give us some comments on our Grange Hill episode.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to say thank you, James. We appreciate that. If you have any comments, go let us know.
Cheers.
Good stuff. Oh, I'd also like to say hello to the random Russian lady who claims that she has video of me doing odd things in front of the camera. I guarantee you I have not.
Is this an Instagram thing?
No, they contacted us through the website.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I want to see that.
Ugh. I don't want to see that. Okay, so, well, I've already told you, that's the entire thing. Pat's delivering mail. He goes to deliver it to the Pottage's farm, or house, whatever, they're all farms. And one of the kids there has lost a doll. And he then goes and does his actual job and spends a lot of time looking for a doll.
He does do his actual job. He just does it really quickly because he has like 3 parcels and 10 letters.
He gets kids to do it for him.
Yeah, I did put. I'm not sure about giving kids the letters at school.
Wait,
but
especially because they
those
dropped
were children.
In the pond.
I thought they were devils.
They were a bit sadistic looking.
What? I really like it.
Even Mary was less demonic than them.
Oh, Monkey Mary, yeah. You liked the character design?
Yeah, I love the characters.
think Pat's great.
I like the stop motion. I like what. Yeah, I like. I mean, yeah, it's the stupid noses and some of the facial features. They're just silly, but I love all of the characters. I think they're awesome. You got Mrs. Hubbard, who's like the evil witch. She's always mean, and she rides a bike just like.
I don't remember her.
She was the one who was shopping from the van.
Right.
You didn't get to see that kind of side of her in this episode, but she always reminds me of the old lady in Wizard of Oz that's mean to.
Was anyone else concerned that a small child doll, her most loved plaything, was the back in some bloke's van?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit
weird. No, because I'm not a sick, twisted individual like you.
Especially because the guy who owned the van looked a bit like Hitler as well.
He had tiny eyes and they were far too close together.
Yeah,
evil.
And he had the mustache. I think they were going for more of a Charlie Chaplin look, but still.
If you've never seen Postman Pat before, to put it politely, Pat's nose looks like a knob.
He does look like he's got a vibrator stuck to his face.
It's huge and direct and horrible.
I think Seth MacFarlane took some inspiration from Pat when he was designing Brian, Family Guy, because he looks exactly the same.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Like his nose is like just all of his face.
He's more nose than man.
Yeah.
What did you think of the animation? If you liked the character design, which
I like the animation. I like all the like. But it's like it's early stop motion. It's and I like in Ted's workshop, you've got all the it's all doll's house furniture, but you've got all the stuff in the background and the detail, and the fence things are in I think it's great.
I like the background stuff. I feel the same way about the background in this as I did in the background in Fireman Sam, because I think it's quite intricate, and I actually prefer looking at the backgrounds than I do the actual characters themselves. I'm talking about the actual animation. So especially when the kids walking, because they're so tiny, they're like.
Oh, I didn't get that at all. I don't see that at all.
I thought this walk style was quite funny. The fact that they're always like this. I don't mind it too much though. It was a little bit janky, but I think as it goes on, it gets smoothed out.
I think one of the failings of the show is that we were given so many names because Pat visited everyone in the village, and as I was mentally blanking them out after some point because there's just too many. I'm not going to remember. Bump. This is Mrs. Pottage and Gabbage, and there's the What's It twins, and it's too much.
It's the Pottage twins, and Mrs. Pottage.
Oh, there you go.
So it's just like, but it makes me laugh. It's like while Pat's talking to her, she's looking at the letter, and she's just looking at it. They don't actually. You sometimes you see them open it because they just flap it. The flap comes up and then they open it. But sometimes they're just looking at it, and I'm like, "Are you going to open it?
Yeah.
Are you scared?"
Yeah, she knows that's a final demand. That's that's full closing on her house if she's just
a white letter. It's really brown, but yeah, no.
That's a court summons.
Yeah.
I did laugh because I was like when the kids were opening their presents and. Like the little boy really loved his, and then as soon as Katie opened his, but Katie's was a shit.
Yeah, I thought that's just why she was unhappy.
There are on YouTube Postman Pat versions that have been redubbed, so it's foul-mouthed and it's horrific, and it's the funniest thing ever because it takes this really I have no idea, but in the dubbed version, the kid would have opened it and goes, "What's this shit?" It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I watched one like a month or so ago, and it was Pat having a go at his own gingerhead son.
His son and his family wasn't in this one. Is it a while before they get introduced?
He's not.
They're not in it till much later.
Yes, it was. I think it was like the third series. Before the kids were, his family was shown. But yeah, they're not introduced straight away. He's got to be a man of the people.
Some more interesting animation production issues I feel like they had. Jess was interesting. She kind of floated about, and there were many points in which there was a point where Pat opened the door, she was clinging to the window, and then she was just on there, and then he just slammed it back in, and I'm like, geez. You gotta be careful with your cat, mate. She don't give a damn.
I know exactly the bit you mean. I watched it. Oh, well, that cat's dead.
Yeah. Many points, Jess. There were just points where she just was not really included in the scene, I feel. Or like not physically possible.
I've only watched one, but I remember the show.
Yeah.
I remember it was on, and it was one of those things, it was so ubiquitous, it was so everywhere that you were going to end up watching one, even if you didn't want to watch it. And Jess is just there.
Mm-hmm.
It's never...
There are a few episodes where they revolve around Jess.
But out of 184 episodes, there aren't many.
No.
It's kind of okay, though.
Which is strange, because... Yeah, I know, but...
She's just his cat.
But it's part of the theme song. It's like... Postman Pat and his cat Jess, who just happens
he
to be
talks to her though, and she does stuff. It's like they went to the party, and she was at the party wearing a hat and playing with the kids.
They didn't call
Demon.
Demon. They didn't call the show Postman Pat and Jess and his cat Jess.
I suppose, but it's in the theme tune.
Just because it rhymes.
Yeah, but so's his sack. I didn't see his sack at all in this episode.
It was under his nose.
Postman Pat, he's got a big sack.
So where is this set? What's the name of the village?
It's Greendale.
Greendale. All right, for 1,000,000 bonus points, can you tell me the name of the nearest town?
I would have heard it in the episode somewhere. Not this one, but...
I don't think it was mentioned, actually. Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, I don't think it's mentioned in this one.
In the show it is
I'm going to kick myself. Yeah, it's
many times.
Quite often say, yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it is in a second.
I thought it was in the Yorkshire Dales.
So the nearest town is Pencaster.
That's it, Pencaster. Yeah.
And both Greendale and Pencaster lie on the border between Cumbria and North Yorkshire. The show was created by a chap called John Cunliffe, who grew up in Cumbria and took his inspiration from the area. John Cunliffe also created Rosie and Jim, which I know you know, Jennifer.
Yep.
I've heard of Rosie and Jim.
I was going to say, Jeremy.
You'll recognise it.
Rosie and Jim.
I know the theme song.
Rosie and... Wait, was Rosie and Jim the one with the sac magique?
No, Rosie and Jim were the two ragdolls that lived on the narrowboat.
Yeah.
Timmy, Tom and Tiny is the sac magique.
Le sac magique.
Tiny
Timmy
Tots.
Tiny Tots, that's it.
Yeah, I watched that too.
So in the very first series, all of the voices were done by a chap called Ken Barry.
Yes.
But that was only for the first series. They started reintroducing, which I found a bit uncanny valley.
Did they?
Because, yeah. Oh, yeah, they got their own voices. I found it a little weird because Ken Barry's got quite a distinctive voice. And then you've got Pat, and then you've got the other guy, which is Pat with a slightly deeper voice.
Yeah.
And you've got Child, which is Pat with a slightly higher voice.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a couple of times, like when he was talking to
Hitler.
No, not Hitler.
He was sounded exactly the same.
One of the ladies, and his voice was the same. It didn't quite work.
Yeah, I found it a little uncanny valley. It wasn't.
He does develop their accents so that they do become a little bit more distinct the further. It's like Ted's gets really thick, Dale.
Yeah, he's like ooh.
And yeah.
I could have sworn that it was one guy doing the whole thing throughout all of the show.
I don't remember them, but they must do, because the wife. I remember the wife not having a lady's voice, so they must do. So.
See,
Yes,
I remember him putting on a really, really bad, kind of like Fireman Sam style, high pitched man trying to do a woman's voice. Thing. I swear that happened in this show as well.
So many characters.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to
I swear it was just the actual show. I didn't realise they got other people on.
Yes. But Ken Barry did the first series and he sang the theme song. Oh, we didn't mention the theme song.
Did he?
Jeremy. Resident musical person.
I love this theme song. It's brilliant.
Really?
Yeah, I was listening to it when I was getting it, and I was it's like the first time, because we watched a really clear version of the episode.
We did go to good version, yeah.
Like high definition, and it's the most impressive I've ever seen Postman Pat. And went to listen to the theme song. I listened to the actual release of it. It's about 3 minutes long. It got about to the last 30 seconds of the song before I went to look at how long I'd been watching it for, been listening to it for, because it was just on. I was like, it's all right. It's not bad. Like you can hear everything nice. Like the instrumentation's really good, and it's just like it does the job. It is very much because he like it very much is a perfect fit for the show. It's very relaxed and very calm and homely.
I wrote down in my notes. This is very gentle. All of it. It's very.
I put jolly.
I put annoyingly gentle.
And then I put very earwormy, because we all three of us will be singing this for days now.
I think Fireman Sam was more earwormy than this one, but yeah.
I also put rude versions though, because I never ever sing the actual version. I always sing the rude versions.
There's a bit halfway through where he's singing along in his gentle voice, and he does a little halfway through the song, and it's like nails on a chalkboard. It really annoyed me. Don't just don't.
I didn't mind it. No. It sounded alright. I wasn't really listening.
It is an earworm though. You're right. I will be singing that tomorrow, like you said, but it won't be the clean version.
Really happy man.
I want the death metal version.
I'm sure there's one that's been done.
Yeah.
It was actually released as a single.
Yeah.
In 1982, sung by Ken Barry. Can you tell me, without looking it up, where it placed in the UK charts?
I reckon number 3.
2.
Really? I know the English historically have got a terrible taste in music.
Yeah.
Number 44.
Oh, okay.
Well, Fireman Sam did really well.
It'd only been out a year. I think it was too soon. If they'd left it a little bit
maybe if
longer.
they'd left it a couple of years, they would re-released it.
But why?
Maybe they should put that for the Christmas number 1 this year.
Not Rage Against the Machine again.
Not Rage Against the Machine again, no.
Rage Against the Machine playing Postman Pat.
Yeah.
Or Postman Pat sings Rage Against the
Machine. Yeah, that sounds good.
Fuck the government.
Up until the year 2000, Royal Mail used Postman Pat as a key opponent. I'm going to start again. Up until the year 2000, the Royal Mail used Postman Pat in a lot of their promotional material. And then he got sacked, which makes me laugh.
What?
Because he didn't fit in with the company's corporate image.
Yeah, because I noticed in this one he doesn't have the official Royal Mail seal on his van, but he does have in later series.
Yes, because he was endorsed at some point. He was kind of adopted by the Royal Mail. You're right, and then at some point the van becomes a proper bandit.
Because
badged.
I always thought that there was the crown on his van. Like I just picture his van with like the white stripe down the side, or the yellow stripe, down the side, and then the golden crown. But it had a castle on it in this one.
No, it was a crown. It was just.
It's a crown. It's just a star. It's not the actual Royal Mail one.
Yeah. It's like a pointy one.
Yeah. But he does get a real one later on.
It won in 2014. The Radio Times did a poll for most favourite children's television programme, and it won the most votes for the best children's programme of the 80s.
Fair.
So this is officially the most popular UK children's TV show of the 80s. It came in second in the most popular show in all time. So they came third, just below Shaun the Sheep.
What was number 1?
So Shaun the Sheep. Sorry, this was second.
Oh, second.
Yeah, so Shaun the Sheep was the most popular kids' TV show.
Prefer Timmy Time.
And Postman Pat was second. Timmy's better.
Timmy Time.
Shaun the Sheep's boring.
In 2009, Jess the cat got his own show.
I remember that.
It was aimed. Do you? I don't. I never knew. I did not know that until I looked it up.
Yeah, didn't watch it, but I remember. Yeah.
Can you remember what it was called?
Wasn't it just Jess and Friends or something?
Yeah, that was called Guess with Jess.
Ah.
It was aimed at preschool children, and it was essentially let's guess what we're looking at.
Yeah, because you would have been what, 9?
Me? No, I
11.
didn't watch it.
Yeah, 11. So you would have seen it when you were watching kids' TV shows.
Probably did.
It's like, well, this, I don't actually remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching, my sister watching it, who's 5 years younger than me. I remember it being on the TV and her loving it. But then when I found out it was actually released in 1981, I must have watched it.
81, so I would have been... Yeah, I must have watched
Five.
it. Yeah.
Five or six. So I must have watched it. I mean, it wouldn't have been... When did we move?
Well, you probably would have watched it, like...
It wouldn't have been in colour.
It wouldn't have been...
It would have been a few years later that we actually got colour.
Not in my house. It would have been in black and white.
No, it was black and white.
God, I'm so old.
I bet you, though, this show works perfectly in black and white. I did write down, though, just because of the one we watched, I don't think I ever remember Postman Pat being that colourful. I always thought it was a bit more...
Oh, no, I do.
I thought his van was slightly more dull, and I thought his uniform was slightly deeper.
More muted colours.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot more... That's probably just when it was broadcast. We didn't have the colour technology at the time.
Did anyone else notice that Pat can't actually drive his van?
No, yeah.
That's going to need a gear change in like a year. Yeah, because that was like...
Oh, yeah.
I thought crappy van. He drives terrible, and it did make me laugh because it doesn't change. He just drives really badly.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, in some of the later episodes, I remember him, like, if his van, like, breaks down or anything, he actually slightly gets the piss taken out of him by Ted or the... Ted's the workshop guy. There's a farmer guy that has a tractor.
Yes.
And they're always, like, rescuing him. And I think there's the slight piss taken because he is... not a good driver.
I also remember Ted being an idiot in later episodes. Like, he'd do stuff that was really stupid. And
he's more of an inventor, kind of.
Yeah, but he'd do like
more crackpot.
He'd be crap at simple stuff.
Yeah, the whole show suffers from, all right, not this episode, but the whole show suffers from a lot of children's television shows is that adults are idiots and the kids are smart.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that. So the kids will rescue the day and they'll have a good idea and we're going to take this over there, but Ted's over there trying to, I don't know, tie his thumb to a steering wheel or something.
That kid, there was you guys noticed, I don't know if you guys remember this, but right at the birthday party there was a kid, it was kind of auburn hair, had glasses on. That kid's in so many episodes of Postman Pat, but he was never mentioned, like, no name or anything. Like, I don't think...
he's just a background character.
I think he probably
he's the
is.
little shit kid, isn't he?
I can't believe he doesn't have a name. Everyone's got a name. And we get full biographies.
Not in this episode, I don't think, but yeah.
No.
He's the Norman... the Norman... What's Norman's last name from...
Norman Price.
That's it. In Postman
Pat's too gentle and nice. There's an element of danger in Fireman Sam, whereas Postman Pat, it's always, there's no mild peril. It's always, I've lost my teddy.
Yeah, it's very true.
There is some mild peril. Like, I think Postman crashed his van once in
I bet he did
in
it
a
gently.
field.
Someone broke a mill.
Although I was saying that from season 6 onwards, when it becomes subtitled Special Delivery Service, Pat gets a helicopter.
Yeah.
And like high speed like pursuit.
What I find amusing
vans.
though is he's still wearing his blue uniform with a tie, but he's just got a helicopter, like a racing helmet on or something.
Now, which just makes him look like a giant penis.
You may not know this, but I have been a postman. I worked as a postman, and none of the postmen I worked with ever dressed like that.
No.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be set like it's not even in the 80s, is it? It's supposed to be set like, I kind of get the feeling it's set a little bit later.
Oh, so I just
like
took it as
60s,
contemporary.
70s. Yeah, I didn't.
Don't know. Seeing that, seeing the inside of her home, I would have said 60s, 50s, 60s. But that could just be a small, rural, like up north home now.
And not to disparage, I've met many fine post office workers, but they wish they were as that approachable and nice as Postman Pat.
Oh, our postman's nice.
Our postman's lovely. I said in general.
Yeah, Pat's definitely getting up to some shady stuff.
Well, I put here, his job is piss easy. He literally had 5 houses and 2 letters, and that's why he spends so long fucking around.
And I swear, he went to like address A up here, and then he went over to to the next one, and then he like comes back and crosses himself and goes to one in the middle, and then throws. But
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
he doesn't have. As a postman, you don't have time to do that. Get on
He's
with
got
it.
all day.
No, you don't.
He doesn't do any of the other stuff that normal poster. He rocks up to the post office. She's already sorted it all out, and it's been dropped off at the post office. He then wanders around all day.
Well, I did put in my notes. I can't help but feel the post office are just not getting their money's worth with Pat, because I guarantee you he's overpaid.
I did think it was amusing. There were points that made me laugh. Like there was a point where what's his face said, Pat went to see their mother, and then I put, oh yeah, like he always does on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instantly I put definitely some wife swapping going on there. They're always in and out of each other's houses.
He's a bachelor.
It's like,
at this
oh
point.
yeah. Katie was here with her mum yesterday afternoon.
She was playing out in the van while we were busy.
It's a small village. Everybody knows everybody.
And Pat, with that
Absolutely.
nose, would be very popular.
Mm-hmm.
They would be jumping in and out of bed.
Yeah.
When did
It happens.
when did the Indian couple come in with the train station? Because there's no train station in the earlier
No,
ones.
not yet. That's a bit later on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's
That's a good question.
because it goes from Pencaster to Glendale. That's a bit later on.
Well, as the show goes on, Greendale gets bigger.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Pencaster actually changes character a couple of times. It was like the bigger town, or the slightly larger town just down in the valley, and then at one point it becomes a dock. It
Yeah.
becomes a seaside town, and then it's, I think in the special delivery service ones at the end, it's like a big bustling
Yeah.
metropolis. Not-
But isn't
not
the
a city.
special delivery service in Pencaster?
It is. He moves
Yeah.
to Pencaster, yeah.
Yep. So Pat has basically industrialized this small village just because of his post work.
Well, yeah.
So apart from the 184 episodes, there have been 13 Christmas specials and movies. Made me laugh. There has been any number of stage shows and Postman Pat
Yep.
on ice, and
Yep.
some poor bloke paid to wear an enormous
Yeah.
Postman Pat suit, and there you go, juggle these knives and jump through that hoop. Oh, here's Pat. Shit.
Not even someone dress up as Postman Pat. They have to wear like the head at least.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
whole
just,
thing. They're looking at the little holes in his throat.
Should just do a gritty 90s version of Postman Pat. He's a superhero who throws letters.
I'm thinking more of a John Wick type character. He moves through Greendale assassinating bad guys, and like killing, like ninja starring letters across the across the lane to take out.
Ted accidentally runs over his cat, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Comes out of retirement.
I deliver the death sentence.
Yeah, please, someone make that.
Yeah.
I've got a special delivery for you.
I swear
And he
there's
pulls out a hand grenade.
anime Postman Pat.
I'm
See?
sure it's been done.
I swear there is. I think I've seen something like this.
Postman Pat is gonna deliver. Yeah, no, I think if that's not been made, can someone make it and then credit us for coming up with the idea? There was a Postman Pat village at Longleat Safari Park for a number of years. It was mainly made up of models of different parts of Greendale and models of different characters from the show. So that would have been very popular with a certain age of child, I can imagine.
I think there's a Postman Pat ride at
It goes 1 mile an hour, stops repeatedly. And I need to look this one up. I didn't have time. But in 1988, as there was a rush to do this kind of thing, a computer game was released on the usual culprits, the Spectrum, the Commodore 64, and the Amstrad CPC, where you could help him deliver letters and solve problems for the villagers.
Wholesome.
Rocking stuff. It's just like, it was just the thing to do. Going to release this kid show. Here is a computer game.
the Postman Pat ride is at Alton Towers in CBBS land. I thought it was at Drayton Manor, which has got like the Ben 10 and all those other kinds of roads. But yeah, that's the Postman Pat ride at Alton Towers. You help Postman Pat to deliver the mixed up post. Postman Pat parcel is an interactive kids theme park ride. Problem solving with CB's Land. There you go.
Interactive.
Off you go.
So you have to sit in a replica of a van that smells like cat wee.
Yes,
Gross.
exactly. Because other children have sat in it, there probably does smell like cat wee.
Gross.
I was never really a big fan of Postman Pat.
Yeah, see, no, I really liked Postman Pat. It was one, there's few, as a parent, there are a few kids shows that actually you don't mind watching with your child. I mean, after 32,000 times seeing it, then yeah, it can be a bit much. But Postman Pat was an alright one to sit and watch.
I suppose it is so gentle and inoffensive that yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make you want to draw your own eyeballs out like some of them.
I think that's how the swearing Postman Pat came about.
Yeah, the high ones, yeah.
A drink every time he crunches the gear or beeps his horn, because he does that constantly as well, which I get in rural places.
Yeah, as when he goes around corners and over bridges, yeah.
Although he was the only vehicle on the roads. There wasn't a single other vehicle. And
He has some impressive driving, though.
yeah. I know out in the Dales and Yorkshire, and we've got it ready, you get single track roads, but the whole village is a single track road. That van is like
Barely fits the car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a small van as well.
Yes.
Well, it
doesn't need anything bigger.
You had the blue shop van, the mobile shop van. But
Did we see
you
that?
didn't see that driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes he meets stuff coming the other way.
I vaguely remember a Christmas one where he was sliding everywhere.
Yeah.
His van was sliding.
Yeah. I mean, his driving was even worse.
So I take it from that you would recommend this if someone with a small child, because it's
Yeah,
like, watch it with Postman Pat, should we watch it? Yeah,
Why
watch
would
An
you
Odd
not
Place.
recommend it?
Satanic children.
There's no...
Oh, the older one, the kid with the black hair and the raincoat, he's an asshole. I remember that. Because he's
the one
always
who
trying to
dropped
be
the letter
better
in
than
the puddle.
everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, what did I write?
Every
Yeah, he's a
episode
bit-
he does something like that.
No car park at the school? And then
Yeah.
the next note is just, you little shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not even... It's the fact that they've all got to school early. There's no teachers there. There's nobody looking
Yeah.
after these children. The older one, who's not actually that much older, is given the letters, which I'm sure is not...
No, you
Protocol.
Up
can't.
to code with the Royal Mail.
He's given them because they're old, and then promptly drops one in the bloody puddle.
You're right.
Just back in the days where random postmen could hang out in playgrounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randomly just...
Without getting a
fucking-
costume.
They all kind of swarmed around him. I was like, woof, this is a bit weird.
Well,
Can't stay-
that's why they're not allowed to do it now, because of the
Yep.
80s.
Can't stay, kids. Got to go see your mum, and then your mum.
You want to come
Yeah,
pet
you're
my
all at
cat?
school now.
My dad's at home today. Shit. And then just as how little mail he delivers, I don't know if you noticed, in the end credits, he's standing there, he's got 6 letters in his hand, and he looks like he's never seen one before in his life. He looks proper... What am I doing with these?
Actually, going back to the mums, there's actually... I don't remember seeing... There isn't a lot of mention of the dads
No, there isn't.
Nope.
as you go
Pat's got rid of
further on
them.
into the episodes.
Greendale's it's actually a cult village. They're all sister wives of Pat.
Yeah, yeah, because the couple that you get, the couple who owns the railway station.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of ones where they've done like whole village get-togethers.
Well,
And
you
then
had...
do get the odd.
Yeah, you got Hitler, you got the Reverend, you've got Ted.
Yeah, so the Reverend definitely doesn't. I think he has a dog or something.
Ugh.
He was talking about his brother or something, right?
Ted, yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
His brother.
He went over to
Ted's-
Yorker, and I was like, that's a bit of a random tangent.
Yeah, that's right.
but I like the fact that he delivered the postcard and then promptly told him what was in it, because he'd already read it. Ted is supposed to be a typical like engineer, whereas they're a little bit on the spectrum. That's why he's really thick at like doing stuff like making a sandwich, but he can strip down a steam engine and put it back together again. But he lives on his own.
Mm-hmm.
The twins' mum, I don't ever see. And then there's a blonde mum as well. I don't ever see their other halves. They're never mentioned. So I don't know whether it's kind of working on the basis that they're at work.
I think you see Mrs. Goggins' husband at some point, right?
No, Mrs. Goggins lives on her own. She's in the post box. She's the post lady. I think she might have a sister.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Probably.
Same as Mrs. Hubbard. She's on her own. The doctor. The doctor is a lady doctor. She's on her own, and I think she has a daughter later on in the series.
One of the kids.
I've watched Postman Pat.
Well, I'm impressed that you remember this.
Yeah.
Remember the a couple of old men, but apart from that, not really many other blokes.
That's why Pat doesn't want to leave.
Yeah. That's why he's a bachelor in the first few seasons.
Yeah. Pat's getting the action.
And then his wife moves to town. He's like, fair enough.
It's the only way you can get joint custody of the kid.
Who, according to the YouTube video I saw, he doesn't like. Because he's ginger.
Yeah, but Pat's ginger.
Yeah.
He's Auburn. Like his kid's ginger.
Kid's ginger. Yeah, that's true. Pat is reddish. His kid is ginger.
Well, I think the missus is slightly ginger, isn't she?
She's got the same colour as Pat, I think.
She's got she definitely had curly hair.
Mrs. Pat.
Postman Pat's
Mrs. Clifton.
wife.
Come on, man's got a name. Anyway, so you'd recommend this if somebody had a show?
I would.
Jeremy. As the younger member of the team, was this a sit around on a Friday night and it's come on, let's get shit faced and watch Postman Pat? Would this be improved by being drunk and or high? Not that I'm saying you do either.
I don't. Yeah, I mean probably because it'll be something I show someone who's never seen it before, because everybody's seen it. I feel like it is. Jesus. It is definitely something I would say for someone with kids to watch, because you should watch it. How have you never decided to show your kid Postman Pat?
Yeah.
Like, it's the safest thing ever.
This has been shown all over the world. This has been sold to so many. So
is it not Disney now?
Wouldn't surprise me, everything else is. So, Jennifer.
Yes.
Rate this show for me.
It's out of 10.
Out of 10.
8.
Wow. I'm impressed. I didn't think you were going to go that high.
I love Pat. Postman Pat's great. In fact, when I was watching the first episode, I was like, I remember watching this like with the kids. I remember watching it as a kid.
Whoa.
It's idyllic.
8 it is. Jeremy, do you agree with that?
Just looking like in the newer ones, in the animated Postman Pat, I think this is the movie, his wife gets a massive upgrade.
Would you bang that, right?
The newer one. The older one, she looks like she's a 70s reject. But yeah.
Yes, they all look like that.
His son does look like a little shit as well.
I was going to mention the new ones because they go like the whole Fireman Sam, Dead Eyes.
Yeah. It's kind of creepy.
Horrific animation.
What's the guy that you like? He's in that hospital show that you like, the comedy one. Stephen
Mangan?
I know. Wait, find out the comedy show first.
The Green
Wing? Do you mean Green Wing?
Green Wing, yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, that doesn't help. There's lots of people.
You mean the one with black hair?
Yeah, him.
Black curly hair. Yeah. Guy Secretan.
Yeah, he plays Pat in the movie, doesn't he?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
I was like, that was the recent one anyway.
Watch Green Wing, it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, so I rate this as 6.6.
6.6? It's very... Okay. So that's 2/3, basically. Yeah. Okay, well, it's getting a 3.9.
I knew you were going to rate it low.
Well, it's so gentle and it's so soothing, it just becomes beige.
It's not... Hey, that was Henry's cat.
Boring.
This is a bit more substance, I think. This is relaxing to watch, whereas Henry's cat's just like, oh...
I wouldn't say Henry Cat's relaxing.
No.
Henry's Cat is a bit of an acid trip.
That was strange.
See, look, I think you're both with it because That gives Postman Pat a rating of 6.1, that's quite high.
Yeah.
It's good.
Not high enough, in my opinion.
It's
But
Pat.
That's why I'm here.
yeah.
All right. Nose lovers. So there you go, people. 6.1 for Postman Pat. Do you agree with us? If you don't, if you agree with me, write in and let us know. You can contact us on all of the usual platforms. Facebook, Instagram. You can email us at serialviewing@gmail.com. You can get in touch with us on Facebook page, like James did. Thank you, James. Through the website, you can leave us a voicemail. You can send... Yeah, there's so many ways. Talk to us. Tell us if you agree with us or not.
Wait, are we done?
We're finished. Yeah, that was it. That was Postman Pat.
Really?
Sorry,
Have you got more to talk about?
Did you have more to say?
I feel like we didn't talk about anything.
There's not really a lot to talk about. An elderly man doesn't do his job, and kind of faffs around town a bit.
Elderly?
And Jess he's not old.
All right, an older gentleman.
I wouldn't have said that at all. I would have said
He's 26.
in his 30s. What are you talking about? Where'd you get elderly from?
Postman Pat groupie here.
No, he's definitely in his late 30s by the time.
One of the Clifton Eds.
He could be slightly older, to be fair. Looking at him. Anyway.
I think one of them is Ted's birthday.
Probably.
I think 9 of them are probably Ted's birthday.
Oh, Bill Thompson. Bill Thompson's the one with the tractor and the farmer, and he knows how to do everything.
He has a wife.
Very sensible. Yes, he does. Isn't it? I was going to say it's the Thompson twins, but that's not right.
No, that's no.
No, it is, isn't
Thompson twins.
There's a band, aren't they? Yeah, they're a pop group. Yeah, I was going to look it up. I'm like, why do I know that?
They are the Thompson twins, though, aren't they?
I think there is some Thompson twins in there.
Hang on.
I think there is more than one set of twins for reasons.
No, the Thompsons are sheep and pigeons. Cows.
What?
They've all got their names.
What?
Okay, so Dorothy Thompson is Alf Thompson's wife.
Obviously.
Yep, got that.
She's blonde, bit of stuff.
PC Selby.
Pat's definitely doing her. PC Selby, yeah.
Him.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah. Big bushy.
He's absolutely an idiot. I mean, he's a typical
Kids show
80s policeman in the... Yeah.
Like
complete idiot.
What's his name from Balamory?
Oh, don't get me started on that.
PC Plum. That's it, isn't it? He's such a twat.
Are we not doing them? Do we not do that?
No, it's too late. No, we will never do Balamory because we don't really want to know what the story is in Balamory.
I watched the first episode.
Oh, there's definitely some...
Not that long ago.
Some dodgy stuff going on with that.
Miss Hooley. And, what's his name?
What? The guy in the...
Guy lives in the... Oh, Archie lives in the Pink Castle.
See, for somebody who doesn't like it and never wants to talk about it, somebody knows an awful lot about flipping boring.
Somebody had to sit through a lot of Balamory with a certain young child. It's in the night garden, let's put it that.
I didn't have a problem with Balamory. I mean, yeah, it's not Postman Pat.
How
can't keep watching it.
Is Postman Pat
36? I saw him going.
Pat Clifton.
Pat celebrates his birthday in a couple of them.
How old do you reckon he is? Come on, before Jeremy finds it.
38.
There you go.
Henry wins with 35 in the main series. He's 33 in Postman Pat.
Hang on.
For some reason.
Hang on. It just says CBBS Grown Ups. Postman Pat is 30.
Hey,
and that was in 2011.
His own page.
Anyway. That was Postman Pat. Please go watch the video if you've never heard of Postman Pat before. Tell us if you disagree with us. Tell us if you agree with us. Can anyone remember what we're doing next time?
Hang on. Can we just reverse a little bit?
We're not going to let this one go. Yeah, go for it.
I've just found a website called Why Postman Pat is the Most Disturbing Show for Children on TV. What?
And? What's the answer?
Damn, that is charming and whimsical. Pat pootles around in his van with his cat and just delighted and full and British. Typical episode names are Postman Pat and the Crazy Crockery. And that was all fine, perfectly normal. But that was 1981. things have changed since then.
Tune in next week to find out the answers to why Postman Pat is the worst children's show to show your children. I found out as well, Postman Pat the show is 30 years old. In 2011.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
I think they're talking about when it turns into the special delivery service. That's why it's disturbing. And then he's talking about the cost. So the cost of all the high tech equipment. So like the command center would be £10 million. The helicopter would be like 120,000.
Oh, yeah. He's a plane as well.
Drugs.
All this stuff. Yeah.
It's drugs. It's obviously drugs.
Yeah, that's it. That's what they're talking about. They reckon it's they reckon it's a front for like spies and stuff like that. And
yes,
he's got a mysterious past.
Pat walks into Mrs. Goggins and she hands him a long rifle-shaped package, and he just leaves a couple of gold coins on the counter
and a picture.
Yes.
Anyway,
can anyone remember if we ever finish this show? Can anyone tell me what we're watching next time?
No, I have no idea.
Right, hang on. Sorry, I backed up. Whose choice was this? Why did we watch Postman Pat? Was it mine?
It was either mine or
I think it must be. I don't think it's mine. It wasn't mine.
Oh,
I think
you've got the paper.
That means next week's mine as well.
I think, did I put Postman Pat?
I don't know. Well, one of us did. So next week we are watching Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh yeah. Wait, is this not my choice?
Oh, Samurai Pizza Cats is definitely my. It might be your choice. Actually.
I think it was mine because it was the one that I wanted to see. I've never seen it. I want to see it.
It's utterly irrelevant because Samurai Pizza Cats is one of my favourite children's TV shows of all time.
I've never watched it either, Jeremy. So it's going to be new.
Interesting.
Set your face to what the fuck.
It's a long time coming.
It is slightly insane. And go watch an episode. Go watch it. If you're listening to this, seriously, before we do the episode next week, go watch it because it is nuts.
Henry has spoken about Samurai Pizza Cats for about 20 years.
Since the mid... Yeah.
I was going to say...
Since the mid-90s.
Couple of decades.
It's got everything. It's got samurais, pizzas and cats. It's got mech suits. It's got kick-ass theme tunes. It's got robot crows. There's a cross-dressing bad guy. It's amazing. It is I'm not going to get too much of it. Yeah. And when they get deployed, they all get shot out of a cannon. It's great. Seriously, it's brilliant. It's genius and weird. So join us for that, please.
I'm just going to hate on it, just like you hate on all my TV shows.
I'm going to love it so much, I don't care. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. That was Postman Pat. Say goodbye, peoples.
Goodbye, people.
Bye.
People of the world.
Postman Pat.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat.